Right, so in this video we're going to go through more of the practical aspects of ALS for the person who has the disease. One very important thing is in France you can write a letter to your doctor and informing everyone about your wish, about how you wish to end your life. You can decide how much medical help and medical intrusion you accept in your body. It is called acharnement thérapeutique, pushed help, I would say, compulsory help. So you can choose how much you want, basically, in France. I don't know how it is in other countries, but figure out the law. That's number one practical thing that you really need to figure out. And the person who has a disease needs to be very clear for yourself first, and then for your family, your friends, and for your doctors, because very quickly this disease evolves, and at some point you will not be able to speak and you will not be able to write anymore. So you will not be able to communicate what you accept and what you don't accept about your body, and how the medical institution takes care of your disease. In France, there is no assisted suicide, as it's called. It exists in Switzerland and Belgium, and I'm going to make a video about that aspect because at some point my father was thinking about going through the process of assisted suicide. So depending on where you are in the world and where you're watching this video from, where you live, the law is different, and you have or you don't have access to assisted suicide, and that's also a very important part of the equation, especially regarding this disease, because as you know, there is no cure for it. So how you end your life is something that comes up. So the way we organized it is, as I said, we were lucky enough to have home helpers to come, and a part of it was paid by the French state and another part was paid by ourselves. So there's a very big inequality depending on your financial situation and how much home help you will be able to have. Fortunately for us, we were able to have home helpers, and I contacted a company called ProSenior in France, which were very, very helpful, and we also had nurses for all the medical part that came home. And at some point in the beginning, we were looking at how we could adapt the house to this disease, and we were thinking of putting support bars in the bathroom for taking baths, for taking showers. Also maybe having an electric chair going up the stairs, because my father had his room, of course, on the first floor, and we were looking into that. But very quickly the diseases evolved, and we decided that he would sleep on the ground floor, in the living room on the ground floor, and so that's where we installed his special medical bed, which is a electric bed that you can really adjust exactly to the position he wanted. And there is this mattress, which is a foam, which is a memory foam mattress that's really going with the position of the body, which is very important in this disease because you lose motion, and therefore there's a lot of pain and discomfort coming up because of that part, the fact that the body cannot move, and that it creates all sorts of complications when it comes to swelling of the body, because the blood is not circulating properly, because you're not moving properly, and all sorts of complications regarding that. So the medical bed is very important. When it comes to eating, it's important to have a blender, because you cannot chew as much. So just if you don't have a blender, invest in a blender. It's very easy, it makes your life so much easier. And also eat high fiber food which are going to be easier to digest. Stay away from chocolate and food that are not going to be as easy to digest. Regarding communication, we were using a small whiteboard with, with the marker, the ones you can wipe out. because that's a very easy way. It's much easier to write with a marker on a board than with a pen, and it's easier that way to communicate. We did that for some time until my father was unable to write, and then we had some of these cards, which is very, very practical. It's like a game of cards, and the cards stand for different actions. For example, you want to eat, you want to sleep, you want to go to the bathroom. There's different options, and yes and no. So that's also a type of help that you can have in order to communicate more easily. That's really what I wanted to share in this video, these different practical aspects. Also, make sure that you adapt the house the way the person likes it the most. So my father was, as I said, very sporty, and he enjoyed watching rugby and football, and he did that for quite a while, and also listened to his favorite music. So just create a cocoon for the person that feels easier to live in. And it's not a cocoon for the caterpillar to become a butterfly, it's a cocoon for the butterfly to be able to disappear and to do it in a more comfortable and in a more graceful way, and just make sure to be able to create that environment, and that's the do it with these different tools and adapt it really to the person the best you can.